to Trading Made Simple. In this video I'm going to show you how to practice with your Club Trade Manager. So you get opportunity to practice with the different settings in the panel itself. You get to practice with different R values. You can practice with different trailings because you can choose any value there you like. You might want to practice to take profit R targets. When I look at some of the results so far, around 2.5 is probably not a bad place. So now to do this, we're going to use what we call the inbuilt, look under view, strategy tester, and there it is there. We're going to use that, but before we do that, you need to make sure you just need to go to your history center, go to the majors, we're on the Euro, click on that, select 1 minute, and download, move this out the road, download any history. Now in my case, I don't have any new history, but this can take sometimes 5 or 10 minutes to download. Do you want to recalculate? I'll do that. You simply go through that like I've just done. You do the same. And so now we are going to close that. Now what I suggest at this point here, you need to just restart your MT4. Now we're going to look at this area here. So our start date or our entry date is the 26th of June. So we simply just go to our strategy tester. Well, before we do that, something else very important, I almost forgot. So this here, what we're currently on, this template, is our Club Trade template. Now, we're going to sell this market from here. So before you move on, so notice here you can choose all the different settings here. Before you move on, select what you're going to do. I'm going to sell, so I just want to set it there because now I want to save this template, save template as tester, T-E-S-T-E-R. It's very important. Just go save, yes, in my case. So now, when I go to my strategy tester, we're going to do the Euro US. So first thing you're going to select is your trade manager, and there it is there. We're going to do the Euro US. Every tick, we need to make sure that 2 is to the end, and we're going to select the June the 26th. So you can choose anything, June the 26th. You're going to make sure that this slider is right down the end. You're going to make sure that it's this symbol here. So now you just hit the start button. See how I can turn it off and on, off, on, or on, off, sorry. And now we find it is quickly moved here. Make sure it's not doing anything at the moment. See, it's still moving slightly, so I've got a nice timer here for you as well. So we're at 23:58 into the new day, so nearly 24 hours to go. So the first thing you need to do, while we're sitting here, we need to set up our R value. So if this here is so in this case here, we're saying that this is the signal bar and it is also the swing high. This one here. So we simply just go like so. So we'll highlight that. Our swing high is 1.14116. Just like that. Draw it. So we know now that our R value is 28. So we simply put 28 in there. Now, what I recommend you try doing is something along these lines here. Just let me find my piece of paper. If the R is less than 20, go with R2. If it is greater than 20, less than 30, go for 1.175. If it is greater than 30, less than 40, try experimenting with R 1.5. So this is, where are we, R 1.75. And if it's greater than 40, then you might want to experiment with R equal 1. Okay, so I thought I'd just put it there for you so you can experiment with some different numbers. So let me just clear that out of the road. So we have our R value. This is 28, so we're going to go for 1.175, 1.75. That's better. Now your lot size, you can have anything you like because it's not going to affect your account. It's just tester, okay? And now you simply, before you even do anything on here, go place, and then simply start this off. And so you notice here we have a trade to the sell side. While it's doing that, notice here we can speed it up with this over here. So we can go really fast, really slow with that there. So while it's doing that, you could experiment with setting up your levels. Remember, you can set them up easy. You can go anywhere like that. Go Turbo Properties. Our swing high was 1.1412. Our FO 1.1292. Just like that. Go OK. So our levels are all set. So let's just see what happens. So we just got it going flat out. Remember that you also, what you're trying to do at the end of the day, you want to know what this here is. You know how it's just fluctuating one way and then the other. It needs to be, we're going short, so we've gone short. So this is it here. It's pink, so everything is good. So now you can forget about that. We don't need to use that anymore. Next, what we're looking at is our momentum indicator. As we come towards the end of the day, we want to know whether that is red or green. If it's green, we will close the trade. If it's red, we'll just continue. So at the moment it is all red, so we're quite happy with that. We are now, where are we? We're coming towards the end of the day, so it's still red, so we're still happy. We'll still stay in that trade. Good thing about the strategy tester is that you can play with all these different numbers and just get the hang of how it all works. There's nothing worse than using a strategy or a system and you don't know how everything works. So now we've come through 1.5, so at least we know now 1.75. So we're pretty sure now we're at break even. Remember that our stop line does not move down. That's because the broker only gets to see our emergency stop. The broker does not get to see our targets nor our stops, our actual stops. So now we're at 2.75, so we know now that we're actually now, our stop is there. This here is all still good, see that? So our momentum indicator is still looking good. And our stop is at R1. This is the good thing about using the strategy tester. So now we have a bit of a, I just clear this away. Just keep an eye on what's happening here. Remember, it's got to come down to 375 for it to move to R2 because our current R trail is 1.75. So for every 175 down, we come down 1. We're still looking at this. 2 hours to go. So in fact, we would have, if I just stop it here for a minute, so easy to stop, we just simply go like that, stop it there, like that. Now, at this point here, let me just clear this. So at this point here, we had the green there, okay? We know that at this point here, our stop is at, so it was 2.75. So our stop was at R1. So at this point here, you need to remember, you don't see that bar, so you don't know what's going to happen next. For all you know, it's going to do that, okay? So at this point here, you must decide whether you're going to risk that, or do you simply close the trade at almost R3. Okay, and you can experiment with that, you see. So if I carry on now, I just go and just let it carry on. So it's come down to say 475. So now it's actually at 3. So now it is at 575. So the stop's at R4. When you want to pause the strategy tester, do not push that button. Use that one there. So you can see now we're down at say R575 still, so our stop is here. In practice we're probably out over here. But this is how the strategy tester works, so that you can practice the different settings, so you get familiar with how everything works. And of course you also then get familiar with how these banners work down the bottom, our momentum indicator, and of course our continuation. Now notice it is closed here. If I just stop it now, just stopped it there, clear this other road, and you can see now that it actually closed the trade when I just let it run at R4. So it came down to here, which was 5.75 and 1.75 to there. Okay, for it to have moved to say R5, it would need to have gone to 675, okay, to go to there, okay? But anyway, play around with the strategy tester. You can't break anything. It's not going to do anything to your account. Anyway, guys, it's important that you trade safe, important you understand how the different tools work.